The absolute madmen at CIG actually did it. You can fly the F8 in-game right now and even buy it. 07, ladies and gentlemen, hope you're all having a fantastic day. If you've been living under a rock for the last 24 hours or so, some big things happened in the lead up to CitizenCon. The F8C, the lore-wise most powerful heavy fighter in the arsenal of the UEE, a ship that previously you could only get by spending exorbitant amounts of money with Star Citizen, is technically available for purchase right now. And they also added in an event that I think is extremely cool. So we're going to be talking about those. There's a lot going on right now. Before we begin though, as always, if you have some things that you want to talk about in regards to this entire thing, make sure you come and check out Answer the Call this weekend, where myself and Salty Mike are going to be talking about this as well as our CitizenCon predictions. CIG have been sort of spoiling or like sort of leaking this thing, talking about the F8 in the last couple of weeks. There was a lot of rumors about what it could possibly be. I saw some extremely unhinged rumors in regards to it. Some people saying that it somehow meant that Squadron 42 was going to release. That's a bit much. But it turns out what happened is that first off, we got a new skin for it, and that secondly, they released a new event where you can actually fly the F8 for up to 24 hours. You can buy the F8, and you can get a free F8 with LTI. This event is what I'm going to call the Golden Ticket event. They're calling it Hunt is On. What you can do is you can play Star Citizen as normally right now for the next 10 days. You can look at loot containers and find golden tickets. Take one of those golden tickets to a rental kiosk. You get access to an F8C for 24 hours, but you also get given the opportunity to purchase it with real money. First off, we have the price of the ship. Second off, this is the first time the ship has ever been purchasable standalone. There's a lot of drama about that we'll get to in a second. In addition to the golden tickets, there's also platinum tickets. So over the course of the next 10 days, CIG devs are going to be going into servers and they will have platinum tickets on them. Once they do go into the server, everyone knows where their location is, and you need to find that platinum ticket and take it to a rental station. If you do, you get a free F8C with LTI, which is very, very cool. In general, this event is actually really awesome. And I do genuinely think that CIG should do way more of this sort of thing. Really, anytime we get any sort of new ship in Star Citizen, it'd be cool to be able to rent those ships and test those ships before purchasing them, even if it is for that limited amount of time. And then the idea of, hey, if you want a special version of it, here's this like cool dev event. Other games have had things like this before where you could get like riot buddies, or you can get like special titles if you kill devs. I think this is a really cool extra level that they've added onto it. It's a nice amount of fun. It certainly drums up hype for both CitizenCon and Squadron 42 as well. I think that's very important. Before we get into some of the drama of the stuff, let's actually talk about the ship itself. It is a lot of fun to fly. Now, they mentioned that the reason that they put this whole thing into the game was because, you know, just patches ago, we were able to essentially glitch ourselves into NPC F8s. So we were kind of already able to fly them. We've since been able to get the ability to actually modify them a little bit with their guns and whatnot, even though can't access them through Vehicle Loadout Manager. We've been able to do it with the tractor beams. So they decided, all right, well, if you do have one, we're going to let you use it in game now. And then obviously, yeah, give some new people the ability to buy one. It handles very nicely. It has some crazy capacitor. It has so much sustained fire. It's pretty insane. I'm obviously going to let people who are much more experienced with the fighter ships in the game discuss whether or not it's overpowered, but everyone has been telling me so far that it is overpowered, which if that is the case, it's going to need a nerf very soon, because otherwise this becomes the epitome of pay to win in at least the PvP community. Now, it has been a very long time, I want to say, since we've had a ship that was just objectively the best in its class on release, but this is not an uncommon thing to happen in video games, where a new thing comes out, it's incredibly powerful, and it needs a nerf. The main hope is that they don't nerf it into oblivion to the point where it's completely unusable. So, if you're planning on buying one, just keep a note, it's probably going to get nerfed. Don't get yourself into a position where, oh, but it was so much better and now I want to refund it, you know what I mean? Now, the little bit of drama that's happening with it. So, as I mentioned, people were able to get this ship before. They weren't able to fly it until today, but they were able to get it into their hangar by spending lots and lots of money on Star Citizen. A lot of those people are complaining about the fact that the community can purchase the ship now. I don't think many people are complaining about the free copies of the ship because that's its own little fun event. But lots of people are complaining about the fact that you can buy it now. And I just want to say that is one of the most entitled takes I've ever seen in Star Citizen. That is insane to me. If you are a person who got the F8C from spending over 10 grand on Star Citizen, why are you not happy that people have the ability to also get that ship now? First off, they have to spend money on it, and it is not remotely cheap. It is incredibly expensive, as are pretty much every ship in Star Citizen, to be fair. You got it for free after spending, you know, that much money, which is also a reasonable reward. I think CIG should do stuff like that. I just feel like it is such a weird issue, especially when it's been like reconfirmed from this announcement today that you're going to be able to get the F8C after you complete Squadron 42. And that's been a thing that they announced forever ago. So it's just very strange to me. If you are one of those people, help me understand exactly why you are mad about it, because I cannot understand why that is the thing about all of this to be mad about. If there's anything to be mad about, it's the actual price. That was a little bit of a rant there. I do want to say, in general, I think this event is fantastic. CIG, you need to be doing more events like this where people have a chance to check out new ships without having to invest actual money into the game. I imagine, and I would hope, that it would actually increase revenue in general because people get to test out the ships first. A lot of people are just going to buy the ship straight away anyway, but would that not convert more people? Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe I'm completely off base there. Let me know what you think in the comments. The last thing is, yeah, this is 100% a hype tactic. It was for the 11th birthday of Star Citizen, but definitely a hype tactic for CitizenCon. And I think a good one. It's enjoyable. It's a cool event. It's very fun to, you know, actually go into a server and hunt with a bunch of people, this one person down for this very specific item they've got. If that is your jam, if you're a PvE player solely, obviously that's not going to be something that you want to get into, but maybe it converts a lot of people into that gameplay style, which would also be really good. That's it from me. Very short video. I just really wanted to talk about it. Everyone's obviously been talking about it. But yeah, the F8 is in-game now. Let's see if it causes any problems in the next couple of weeks. See you in the next one.